All right. Got a third round matchup official. The Edmonton Oilers are playing the Colorado Avalanche. Now, based on the thumbnail, the main headline of this series is the superstars Nathan MacKinnon and Connor McDavid. Everyone knows who I say is better. Everyone knows who is better. It is easily Connor McDavid. And then you have Leon Draisaitl versus Mikko Rantanen. The Oilers and the Avs. This is going to be explosive. Now, the Oilers, they're scoring big these playoffs. One game they had one bad offensive game. And that's just because the Kings actually did what you need to do to beat the Oilers. Then they couldn't do it again. Then they couldn't replicate that exact same thing again. They couldn't. And then the Oilers proceeded to win in the series. Then the Calgary series. I thought Calgary was the most physical team in the West that was remaining. I thought they were. Calgary was a physical hockey team, and Edmonton dismantled Calgary. Granted, Calgary dropped 9 on them in Game 1. If not for those 9-goal outbursts, Edmonton would have swept the Flames. Edmonton would have swept Calgary. Markstrom was terrible that series. Markstrom got dismantled. Markstrom is always terrible against the Oilers, though. Leon Draisaitl had a high ankle sprain, mind you. He's playing hurt with a high ankle sprain. Dude dropped 15 points in 5 games, something like that. The dude went nuts in 5 games. And they have Evander Kane, who's actually playing good hockey. He's actually playing really, really good these playoffs. He has 12 goals. He leads the playoffs in goals with 12. The Oilers are probably the highest. The Oilers are easily the highest scoring team these playoffs left. It isn't even close. The Oilers have scored the most goals. Granted, their goaltending sucks, but their defense has been all right. Colorado's has not been good. Neither has their goaltending. Darcy Kemper has let in a lot of sus goals, especially in Game 5, where he blew that game. And nearly blew the series, but, Colton Parayko's an idiot. But yeah, the Oilers have been probably, but again, this is maybe the toughest team Colorado faces in the West. The Edmonton Oilers. They score big, they score fast, and it's hard to stop them. Here's how you beat the Oilers. You got to slow them down. You got to get physical on them. Most of the time, it doesn't even work because they got Evander Kane. And Evander Kane is exactly what the Oilers needed. Hate on Evander Kane all you want. But believe me, dude's a good hockey player. He's a very good hockey player. People hate on Evander Kane because of the controversy. He bet on the Sharks, and, he had an affair, supposedly. Do we know if it's true? We do not know if the domestic abuse thing's true, but we do know the betting against his own team is. This is for y'all. Who do y'all have in this series? Everyone knows who I have. It'll be high scoring, just like the Battle of Alberta. But I don't think Colorado's going to win. They aren't as physical as Calgary is. Now, you can be like, Calgary's not as physical as St. Louis. By all means, you can say that. You can make an argument for that. But my thing is, I've watched both Calgary and St. Louis this year. From what I've seen, Calgary's a physical team. Calgary's more physical than St. Louis, from what I've seen. Then the Oilers overcome that, and they win. They won 4 in a row against Calgary. They gentlemen swept Calgary. The Edmonton Oilers, I think, are going to be in the finals. one, the league wants them there because one, it's absolutely amazing for hockey because you have Connor McDavid that's going to bring in Edmonton in the finals and against anyone will bring in the most views. It doesn't matter who they play. They'll bring in the views because everyone wants to watch Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in the biggest stage. Everyone wants to watch it. That's why I think Edmonton wins. I got 5 games for the Oilers, just like Battle of Alberta. High-scoring games that favors Edmonton every time because it's to their advantage. They're way too fast. You can't neutral zone trap. They'll catch you on the break because of how fast they are. And by the way, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl both have 26 points for 12 playoff games. Connor McDavid is on pace to break Wayne Gretzky's single-season record for points in a single postseason run. He's on pace to do it. Even if the Oilers lose in the finals, there's no way Connor McDavid is not winning the Conn Smythe. There's no way. He's been carrying a load. Now, granted, the Oilers' depth has been showing up. And when Mike Smith needed to be good, he's been good. Like in Game 5 against Calgary, Mike Smith wasn't terrible. And he needed to show up because it was a big game. Send Edmonton in the third round. And Edmonton went to the third, and Edmonton won, got to the third round. But Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are absolute gods. Draisaitl, he's the second best player in the world. Connor McDavid's the best player in the world. Draisaitl second. Because Draisaitl's playing through a high ankle sprain, and he's tied for McDavid for the playoff point lead. And Calgary's been trying to target his right knee. And he's still going off. That's why Draisaitl's the second best player in the world. It isn't a debate at all. Not even close. Man, we're honestly lucky Florida passed on Draisaitl for Ekblad. I don't know how Edmonton got Draisaitl. Draisaitl went to 5 that draft. Or whatever pick Edmonton had. The Oilers probably if they don't sign Kane, I don't think they're here. I think part of the reason they're here is Evander Kane. Evander Kane is having a very good postseason, and Evander Kane is what the Oilers needed. Some grit. Some toughness. That's what the Oilers needed. And they got it. Having a good postseason as a reward now. I think the Oilers go to the finals. I think it's going to be Tampa and Edmonton. I think we're going to beat whoever wins between Carolina and the Rangers. I think it's going to be Carolina. It'll be harder than they'll be harder than the Rangers because we won't be playing a tired Igor Shesterkin. We'll be playing a good defensive team that has depth that can score. They had scoring depth. The Rangers just have like 3 guys. One of them has gone ghost. That's not good. When one of your big time scorers goes ghost, you're not winning. At least 2 of them have been playing well. And Zibanejad and Panarin. But that's about it. Will the Rangers beat Tampa? I doubt it. Igor Shesterkin is going to be tired. Let's be real here. Igor Shesterkin is going to be incredibly tired by the time they get to the third round. I think the Rangers, if the Rangers win tonight, then we'll see who wins Game 7. I think on Monday, because Wednesday's the start of the Eastern Conference Finals, which is either going to be the New York Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Carolina Hurricanes and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'd rather play the Rangers because it'd be easier. The Rangers would be easier than the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes, I think Hurricanes give us a better fight than the Rangers do. The Hurricanes have defense and goaltending. The Rangers just have goaltending. And Igor Shesterkin is going to be tired, though. So that's the thing. If Igor Shesterkin's tired, forget about it. Not even close. Tuesday's the West. Wednesday's the East. Wednesday is the East. Monday is Game 7. Everyone is saying Colorado's going to beat Edmonton. I disagree with them. Connor McDavid is playing out of his mind right now. And the Oilers can't beat them by just outscoring them. That's their strength. You got to slow them down. Everyone knows they can score. They can get scored on. But you got to stop them. If you're not going to stop them, you're not beating them. It's simple. Anyways, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go say hi to Bad Dog. The Rangers are playing tonight. We will see. They win. Then we'll see if they move on Monday. If they lose, good season for them. Next year, they're my cut favorite. I will see y'all next time. Bye.